who is this so-called person that sits and preaches, contradicts, offers? What is the purpose of this one? What is his own goal? Is there some sort of achievement? Is it a conspiracy? Is it to try and to attract some attention? Is it so that this one can categorize me, the watcher, the one who watches, the listener? Am I being fooled? Why? And why not? You see, we need a story. We need to flavor things up with salt and spice. Why do you want the job? Because I need the money. No, you're going to have to say more than that. You're going to have to convince us why we should employ you. So you're going to have to tell them a story. But you're not telling them a new story. You're telling them the story that they want to hear. So they've already produced a story. It's in the, what do you call it? The job description. They've already said we want this, that, and the other. And they want to hear you telling them that their story is very good. Then you get pulled into this story. We want to hear more than you want the money. Did you not read our job description? You see, there's never a you making a decision. There's never a you in charge. Even the one who makes up the job description thinks they're in charge. But there's a greater force beyond all of this that sits and laughs at the stories. Not because they're funny. Because this one says, you know what? Is that the best they can come up with? I give them mouths to speak, ears to listen with, eyes to see, a nose to sense with, and hands to do most anything that any living creature would love to have. And the best they come up with is to control and limit the story. I mean, if you're going to tell a story, you better tell a good one. Why do you want the job? Well, you see, the job happens to be 5 miles from my home. I plan to do within this 5 mile distance 4,000 cartwheels. 300 from the left and 200 to the right. And when I get to the door, I'm going to barge through and I'm going to sing. And I'm going to make everyone else in the manufacturing floor, the company, sing. And if they don't sing, I'm going to beat them. Because what is there not to sing about if I get this job? Any employers listening? No. You don't want that, you see. That's ridiculous. No. You have crossed the boundaries of our story. And when you said you only want the money, you have limited the boundaries. Somewhere in between, the answer lies. There are no job description questions. They're saying, obey us and do what you're told, and we may pay you. But when you say you're doing it for the money, they feel cheap. So they try and enhance and flavour their wonderful company. Does this not sound like the mind? Rewind this and pretend it's the mind that's speaking and not the employer and the employee. The mind wants something within its boundaries that it can control. It wants to laugh when it wants to laugh. It wants to cry when it wants to cry. Your mind, when this weighs, is your preferred ways. I want to sleep when I want to sleep. I want to go to the restaurant when I want to go to the restaurant. I don't want to go when you want to go. I. So why listen to this? What's your gain? If you're here to lose, you're going to lose, Mr. Mind. You're going to lose the one that you're serving. The one that is truly listening is the one that you, the one that overlays you, doesn't want to lose, but will lose. I may look cheap to some, I may look rich to others. I may look boring, I may sound boring to some. I may sound highly intellect to others. I'm neither. I'm neither cheap nor rich, intellectual nor boring. The one that sees both sides and is aware that both sides are separate from them, being the seer, recognizes happiness is here, anger is here. Sometimes they pass through this body, but they never stay permanently. And I am the seer that recognizes that I am not happiness, I am not anger, and that they pass, which means they must go, which means they are temporary. But I never move. I watch. I sense their presence, sometimes emotionally, through my attachment to the body, through an umbilical cord that no one can see, no eyes can see, but something knows that it is attached. I know. That's all I know. I know that something, this whole projected world, is attached, and that I am neither of it, but I am pumping life into it. I am pumping life into this body. I am pumping this forms into this projected world. I am creating every moment of my day. I am experiencing through this body and its emotions and its senses. And it acknowledges myself by conveying these senses and emotions back to me, but not in different vibrations, energies, and qualities. They may appear to the body and mind as different vibrations, energies, and qualities, but the time they come back, I only feel the same thing. Absolute gratitude towards this world and this body for attaching to me. Attaching to me. Who am I? I have no idea. I have no idea. The moment an idea comes in, I become that. I am nowhere but everywhere. But neither is my true place. Do you know who you are? Do you know what you are? Or do you simply rely on mind becoming you? Do you rely on the body becoming you? So that you believe there is no umbilical cord, that you pump life into your body through. You think you are an insignificant body with something else pumping life into you. And you're right. Your higher self is pumping life into you. And I'm talking to you, this higher self. Same self. Just a higher vibrational understanding. And what to say? Namaste. Om.